Yeah, my pits. So we're back on 63rd Drive and Woodhaven Boulevard. So we're gonna walk up what they call it? Everson Street before the schedule today. So we shot. Let me tell you how much hours I shot this one. We could do a lot more. We shot 7 so far, and this is my 8th video. So we're gonna continue shooting until when I stop at the end of the video. So let's let me start the camera. Give me a second. Start my other phone camera. Just give me a second real quick. Alright, we here. So this is where we at. Penelope. We're gonna turn up this block. And then go up, yeah. So what's my truth, right? So here's my truth, right? I wanna say this when I get off the bus, I'ma say it. My truth is this. When you look at life, you look at life differently in a different perspective. That's my truth, right? But my truth is this part, right? When I look at myself, I look at myself in a different entity, right? But like I said in my videos, I said, what does Shamika want in life? Shamika want to pursue a career that is beneficial for his life, right? But a lot of people disrespect my career because they don't see me making it out in the world. But people say, oh, I'm doing it for this, I'm doing it for that. But when is it time for you to realize that what you're doing is wrong, right? So you don't realize that part what you're doing is right or wrong. We're going to turn down 63rd Drive. We're going to go all the way down, and then I'm going to go around. So we're going to pass through, right. We're going to go right. That's what we're doing. So go down to Jerusalem. So we can't turn the camera right there. So kind of like, because I'm at the corner, and you don't want to try to be respectful of the space, All right, we're on Evergreen Street. Yep, let's go. So like I was saying, right? So the entity of your life is all about developing what you're doing and how you're going to do certain things. But my truth is this. If I feel like things ain't going the way how I want in a relationship, I have a right to speak up and say something about that. But if I feel like my relationship is about money or it's about this and that, it's not, and I feel like it's more different situations where a lot of people don't realize how you do certain things in your life is how you create. And how you create is how you content, right? But the content truth is about it is that you don't realize that whatever you do in life, it could affect your growth. You feel what I'm saying? But my growth is this. What I'm getting out of it. A lot of people ask me this question. And a lot of people comment on my page and say, what you getting out of it? My truth is this. I'm getting out of a lot of information for me to make it out. But sometimes my truth is not other people's truth. So the question that people ask me, what do you want in life? I want to be better. And if I could do it, you could do it. But do you see me begging on the street for people for $1 bill every damn week? No. So at that day, I could be like, it's best to make my own money on my own terms than working for a company that doesn't give a crap about your paycheck. So I just feel like think about what you're doing and how you do certain things. You know how I started this company? I started Basketball Wellness? I started with listen, let me stop right here. I'm going to talk to you real quick. I started Basketball Wellness with no money. I was broke like a scum. When I started this business, when I started working, I was 264 pounds. Now I'm down to 162. Look at this. Look at that. You understand what I'm saying? You don't realize how you don't realize how your mental health and your entity define the peace of mind in your heart. You understand what I'm saying? But if I look at my truth like this, bro, I can't see it the way I could receive it better. I started this business with broke as a freaking scum. And I'm saying I was broke. You understand? With no money in my account. I took out all my money at the bank, broke. You understand what I'm saying? And when I started out, I said, what I'm gonna do with the money that I took out? What I'm gonna do it? Decided taking out a phone. I bought another phone. I said, my homeboy said, do some contact. You have a phone? I said, yeah. I said, go around and take pictures and film. I said, it's gonna pay? He said, yeah, it's gonna pay. So I started doing it and got ahead of it. Started doing it. Hold on. Yeah, started doing it. And I got ahead in life though. Right? And broke as a scum. Making nothing of myself, broke as a scum. And when I was broke, bro, I tell people, when you was broke and you needed help and you said, oh, I need a job or whatever, do these people look at you? They look at you like a piece of shit. They don't really think about what you're doing is wrong or right. You know what I'm saying? But when they see a camera in their hand, they say, oh, I'm a big supporter. I support your work, this and that. But at that day when you want to act goofy, then this is what it is. And everybody asks me, Kiana asked me what goofy is. A goofy person means that you're acting like a kid. You're not growing up. That's what goofy is. If you don't know what let me say that one more time. You don't know what goofy is. I'm gonna tell you what goofy is. Goofy is when people act like a kid and they don't grow the hell up. That's goofy. And if we call them a bitch, that means you don't understand English, right? So sometimes I call somebody a goofy. You're goofy. You know, I call somebody goofy. You're goofy. But I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, you're a goofy person. But I'm gonna tell you my truth. You feel me? So I cannot dictate what I do and how I do certain things. But people realize how I do it is how you work out this world. You feel me? You know, being able to understand what it is that you're doing and how you do certain things. A lot of people don't realize that coming out of a situation when you was, like I said, how many of you believe in financial, you was coming out of financial debt? And you say, okay, I want to make some money, I want to make some extra class, make extra cash and shit. How you think you're going to make the cash? You're going to go in the bank and take all the money out that you have and you work so hard for? Or you're going to sit and you're gonna put something on top of that money that you're making? You know what I'm saying? I said to the person, you're a goofy son of a gun. How you gonna be dumb and stupid to take all that money that you work hard for and spend it on invest in a stock and you lost the money? You understand what I'm saying? I said stop acting goofy and start looking at things differently. Because in mentality, it's like you're doing certain things that's making you goofy. You know what I'm saying? My Aunt Latoya said, why you taking out all that money and you don't know how to use it? She told me stop being tormented in your head. I said, sorry, you're tormented? I said, no. I said, why are you doing certain things that's not going to help the situation? You know what I'm saying? And I said, you know what, Aunt, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I can't be a goofy person if I don't know how to use my money right. You know what I'm saying? But if I could try to make it work in a way of, oh shit, I overdid it. Let me start back. Okay, 63rd. I stopped. I made it. I was trying to. I put it. Yo, for real. I'm dead serious. I was like, yo, I overdid it. I was supposed to do it 8 minutes and stop. I overdid it. So we gonna continue. Oh my god, yeah. So I actually overdid it though, but we doing good though. So we on 63rd Drive. So you can't act goofy if you don't know what you're doing. That's the reason why I can't say nothing. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'm coming back right now.